and welcome. I'm joined by Carl Magner Rustan, Country Manager of Kongsberg Maritime China. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you, Jared. Good to be here.
Now, could you start by explaining the products that Kongsberg Maritime offers? I believe it's quite an extensive list.
That's right. It has grown into quite extensive portfolio over the years. I would say that we're probably most known for our automation products in the marine transportation or merchant segment, and our dynamic positioning system in the offshore sector. But the product range is much bigger. We call it a product range that is ranging from propeller to bridge. And that includes navigation systems, it includes tank monitoring, tank level monitoring systems, condition monitoring, and a lot more of the surrounding products. And then back in 2019, our portfolio grew extensively. That is when Kongsberg Maritime acquired Rolls-Royce Commercial Marine and brought also a mechanical portfolio into the family, consisting of shaft line propulsion systems, thrusters, deck machinery, handling, and also ship design.
Fantastic. And we're here in Shanghai for Marintec 2025. So what does Kongsberg Maritime's history in this region look like?
We've been in China for many years. We did our first main propulsion control system delivery back in the 80s. And since then we have grown with the industry and expanded into what we are today, which is from the north in Dalian. We have an office. We have an office down in the south in Guangzhou. And in total we are now 7 and soon to be 8 sites in China. We are now 630 plus employees in China, and we do pretty much everything from supply chain through manufacturing, sales, manufacturing, project engineering, assembly, test, installation, and also aftermarket service to vessels in operation. We also see the importance of being a local supplier in the Chinese market. We're working, first of all, close with the shipyards, but also the ship owners, both international and domestic owners that have a presence here in China during the building time of the vessels. So having a local project team that are in the time zone, that understands the language, are readily available to have a meeting, either in the shipyard on board the vessel or in our manufacturing facilities, just being here supporting the industry locally. And this is something we have built on over many years, and we also see that in our new products and new solutions that we launch to the market, it's a key to be local and have a local presence in our project execution.
And the green shift has been a topic of wide discussion as of late, but what do you think are the main factors playing into the uncertainties that the industry is facing right now?
I think uncertainty is maybe the key word there. It's a lot of uncertainties with regards to the green transition. But the green transition has started. And I very much believe, despite now some voting in London being postponed, we will transition gradually into a zero-emission marine transportation, zero-emission offshore operations. But it's taking time. And on the uncertainty side, I believe that any transition is probably characterized with uncertainty. That is kind of what a transition is. And for the maritime industry, I think the biggest uncertainties is around the future fuel. What will be the future fuel? It's probably going to be a mixed palette. But what will be available? What will the price levels be? Technology is another uncertainty. It requires a maturity of the technology. It requires new regulations around the technology and implementation. And it is also about taking some choices at maybe early stage, not knowing what you're doing or knowing where the industry is going to end up being standardized. So a lot of uncertainties around the technology element of it as well. And then the rules and regulations and regulatory around emissions, penalties, incentives, global versus regional emission tax systems. So pretty much uncertainty. And I would say that the energy transition for both the ship owner and OEMs and the shipyards is about managing these uncertainties in a good way.
And I'm going to put you on the spot here, but what is Kongsberg Maritime doing to solve this?
First of all, we are optimizing each of our products individually to be energy efficient and be the best product they can be of themselves. But where we really can make a difference for the industry is in the integration of the products, where we are optimizing the vessel operation in itself and also optimizing the energy plant, the consumption on board, as well as optimizing the route or how to do a marine operation. A couple of examples that I can mention is around our relatively newly launched K-Sails. We are not delivering the sails themselves, but we deliver an integrated solution around sails. With sails, you have a variable wind that again gives you a variable push for the vessel. At the same time, you want to have a steady load on the main engine and potentially a steady speed. By integrating the propulsion control system, the main engine control system, and potentially also together with a shaft generator and energy storage systems with a PTI and PTO, we are able to take use of the wind in a most optimum way, ensuring a stable load on the main engine, which again results in the best combustion of the fuel, and at the same time keeping your planned speed and route for the vessel. Another area is SEMS, that is a continuous emission monitoring system that we have relatively recently launched. All vessels today are required to report their emissions accurately. And there are also in the regulatory some exemptions. So for example, energy used for maintaining your cargo condition, that can be a cooling of LNG cargo, for example. The energy used for that, you can deduct from your emission reportings and avoid paying taxes on. But to be able to do that, you need to have full control on the data. What energy was used or how much energy was used, what fuel was again used to produce this energy, and keeping track on these details. We also offer something to ship owners that we call simulations and studies. That means we are sitting down with the ship owners at an early stage, looking at the planned area for the vessel to operate, looking at alternative technologies, alternative fuel solutions, energy saving measures. What is the best optimum solution for their vessel in their operation? Taking this into simulations and studies where we are able to put some figures at the bottom, closing some of the uncertainty about investments in new technology, alternative fuels, and so on.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for your time and insights today, and all the best for Marintec 2025.
Thank you.